From the White House to Hollywood to just about everybody I've run into in the last day or so, there's been an outpouring of sympathy and grief over the death of my friend Roger Ebert. Understandably so, but Roger was never one to wallow in self-pity or bemoan his fate, and I know he would have wanted us to celebrate his life and his family and his work, and of course his love for the movies. Nobody loved film more than Roger Ebert. Every time the curtains would part and the lights would go down in the screening room, he was rooting for that transcendent experience that you'd get from seeing a movie like Bonnie and Clyde or Raging Bull or Pulp Fiction for the first time. Nothing gave Roger more satisfaction than sharing the news of a great cinematic achievement with his fellow movie lovers.
This is what the whole movie is about. The girl likes one guy. Then she finds out he doesn't like her. Then she finds out the other guy likes her, so then she likes him. And so often in relationships, that's it. Who do you like? You like the people who like you.
But of course, if a movie sucked, he'd go after it with just as much passion. A filmmaker once complained to Roger that he'd spent 4 years of his life working on a movie that Ebert had panned. Roger simply replied, "And I wasted 2 hours of my life watching it." But he did it with a smile, and even the filmmaker had a laugh. His enthusiasm never wavered. On the first day of Sundance or the Toronto Film Festival or Cannes, Roger was like a kid in a candy store. He'd be at movies from 8 in the morning till midnight. Parties? He didn't care about parties. He was there to see the movies. Roger once cut short a dinner with Madonna in Cannes because he had to get up early the next morning to see another round of films. For more than a half-dozen years and more than 1,000 movies, I got to share a screening room and a television balcony with the Babe Ruth, the Michael Jordan of movie critics.
I have a question, and the question is this: is the genre of movie spoofs over and dead and done for?
You are so right. I think, to answer your question, yeah, this genre is pretty much dead. And, it's been 25 years, almost 25 years since Airplane. But that was a good, funny, original movie spoofing those films.
There was never a second when it felt like a job. I always felt as if I'd won the movie fans' lottery. I'll never see a movie again without wondering what Roger would have thought of it. We get a lot of remakes out of Hollywood these days, but no one will ever duplicate Roger Ebert. He was the best, he was my friend, and he was one of a kind.